Hey guys, want to see how I transform this non-functional seating area into a space where more than two people could gather around the fireplace and really enjoy themselves comfortably? Well, please stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time here, thank you so much for joining me. Now, for this particular project, I wanted to take about 2 feet of space from each side of the existing fireplace and create a larger, more comfortable seating area where people could gather without, being on top of each other. So I started out by digging out the space using a garden edger, which I must say I don't recommend. I saw a lot of reviews on YouTube. They were saying, oh, this was great, but I do not recommend this. At least for me, it did not work the way I wanted it to. It was not sharp enough. And also, I found myself getting very frustrated during the process. So, no, it's definitely a no for me. I decided to swap it out for my trusted anvil shovel, and things went along much smoother as a result. I was cutting through roots. It was getting the job done. So, yes, that I would definitely recommend um, as opposed to the garden edger. This process itself was very tedious, I have to say. I did not enjoy it. It made me really reconsider why I started this project to begin with because um, digging up the sod, the bags were heavy. It was just very frustrating, but I got the job done, so that's all that matters. Once I dug up my edge or foundation, I then went ahead and started lifting up the remainder of the sod. I found it much easier to just cut them up in sections one time and then go back in and pick them up and bag them. Okay, so in this section, I am trying to create a border on the other side, the right side of the existing fireplace. So I had to move some of the gravel that was pre-installed a couple years back. That way I can take my 2 feet of space that I need for the seating area. Okay, so at this point, I am lifting up the existing landscape fabric just to again create the space that I need in order to create my border. And the fabric itself, it's kind of this section here does need to be redone. I might do like a part two video um, for this particular area because it really was using as like an area for my fire pit because in addition to the fireplace, I had a fire pit because the seating area was not sufficient. So I need to figure out what I'm going to do with this area at this moment. I wanted to use it for my gardening, but that's not really going to work out because it's not leveled. So right now it's just a matter of getting it prepared for the fireplace. Okay, here I'm just digging out the area to lay down my pavers. Um, that way I could create me a nice border for this area. And if you're enjoying this video, please hit that subscribe button, like and comment below. Let me know what you're enjoying, what you think of this project. I look forward to hearing your feedback and responding to them. Okay, so right now I have laid out the border. You can't see it really from this angle, but I'm just kind of bringing back um, the landscape rocks back to the original spot, which you'll see later. I have to move them again. It got bad. So yeah, so I'm just kind of laying things back where they were to hopefully move to the next step. But things got a little crazy. Here's the finished border. That dirt area you see is where I need to dig up. It's about 4 inches higher than the section for the fireplace, which is why I am creating this border. But it gets better. I'm leveling the area as much as I can before laying out the landscape fabric. There were a lot of weeds, and that shovel definitely helped pull a lot of them out. So I'm hoping the landscape fabric keeps everything at bay for a while. Um, but yeah, there's a little progress. Okay, so now I'm laying down the landscape fabric. Um, Now this container you see here, it's a concrete patcher. I'm not even sure I got the correct item, to be honest with you. But I did pour a little bit too much water in there, so I had to kind of let it sit for a minute and set and get a little harder. Which is why I'm taking a break and laying down the landscape fabric. And at this point, to be honest with you, I still wasn't sure what I was gonna do, if I was gonna be laying down more landscape rocks in this area, or whether I was gonna try to do some sort of flagstone project where I created rocks using cement. I was still going back and forth with that. So now I am laying down the pavers for the outside border of the fireplace seating area. I think I did a much better job here, maybe because it was just all one level and nothing crazy to it. But yeah, here's a finished look of this area. Um, and then things kind of went downhill from here. At this point, I made a decision to just go with the landscape rocks because it was just, a lot more simpler. I didn't have to carry 60-pound bags of cement to do all this extra work. But I actually hated this, okay? As I'm leaving Home Depot and I'm like, oh my God, I really hate this color. This might be too much contrast. But I still proceed to go along with it and continue loading it up in the truck. So yeah, and again, as I'm laying these down, 18 bags of rocks, I'm like, I hate it, but I can make it work. I can make it work. Trying to convince myself. And no, 18 bags of rocks later, I hated it. And it wasn't enough. That to make matters worse, it was not enough. I needed probably another 20 to 25 bags to make this work, and it was still too much contrast for me. So what did I do? I took it all off. I took my little bucket, took everything off. Now, if you're still here watching this video, please hit that subscribe button. Give me a like. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers. I'm at 133 right now, so please help me out. Thank you. So, on to plan B. I did not want to have to go to Home Depot and purchase rocks and have the same thing happen to where I didn't like it. So I decided to borrow from this area and move the pea gravel here to the fireplace section. This was a little tedious, but not too much. It only took me about a half an hour to do. And it was well worth it because I don't know what that other thing was. I was actually amazed by the fact that I was able to borrow enough from this area to complete the fireplace because I didn't realize how much pea gravel my landscaper, not previous landscaper, but my landscaper had laid down when he did this 3 years ago. Um, I knew it was uncomfortable to walk on because there was so much, but I did not realize that it would actually be sufficient to do all of this. Look at this. Now, of course, it started raining right as I was about to finish, but no biggie. I'm not going to let the rain stop me at this point. It only lasted maybe 3 to 5 minutes. So yes, we're right back at it, getting this done. And here's the finished look. Let me know what you guys think, what I could have done better. Again, there's still a lot more to do. There's a lot of projects left in this backyard. So please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and follow for more. I have about 3 videos I have to edit right now, one with my garden. But if you like this, please hit that subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you again. Bye.